lovely beings. Thanks so much for joining today. So today's practice is going to be more of an uplifting, energizing, invigorating practice. So cultivating those qualities today, and we will start straight away in a child's pose. If you can, come into a wide-kneed child's pose with me today. So knees about as wide as the mat, big toes coming together, and then we'll lean forward between the legs and reach the arms forward. And because we're uplifting the energy levels a little bit, really reach through the arms. So you might wriggle the fingers just a little further forward than you might usually. And as you press the hands down, allow the forearms to really lift up away from the mat. So you've got lots of lovely length through the side body here. And we'll be here for just a few breath cycles. So now drawing the attention to your breath and just gently emphasizing the inhalations today. And as you inhale, it's almost as though you're encouraging the breath down into the side ribs, the side waist, and toward the lower back. So really opening the body with the inhalations, drawing all of that fresh air or fresh energy, if you like, down into the body with your inhalations. Let's take one more delicious breath here together. And on your next inhale, let's rise to all fours, hands and knees, and adjust the knees under the hips and the hands back under the shoulders so you're in a nice stable tabletop position. And then as you're ready, we'll start to arch and round the spine through cat-cow movement. And as we move through a few more rounds of cat-cow, you might just take a moment to remember what drew you to the practice today, why you came to the mat to practice yoga, what your inspiration is. Settling that into the body-mind with the breath and allowing that to be your intention for the practice today. And the next time you round back into cat pose, let that be the last cat. And from there we'll inhale and draw forward into just a neutral spine, halfway between cat and cow, crown of head lengthening forward. And just find a gentle lift of the lower belly up into the body, up towards the spine. So there's now just a little bit of gentle abdominal engagement. And keeping that, tuck the toes under and lift the knees about 5 centimeters away from the mat. So we're just hovering here together in a hovering tabletop. The invitation is to stay open and curious in moments of challenge today. So keep your left leg just as it is, but now we'll step our right leg back, right foot back into plank pose. So the right leg and the right side of the body are in plank, and the left side of the body still in that hovering tabletop position. And now let's switch, bring the right leg back into hovering tabletop, and reach the left leg back, left toes curled under into plank. Take another in-breath, yes. And then as you exhale, step the right foot back next to meet the left foot in plank pose. One more inhale. And exhale, hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here just to arrive in your first down dog of the practice. And maybe just noticing that you've begun to create a little bit of heat, a little bit of warmth in the body. Next inhale, let's rock forward to plank pose. And we'll exhale, bend the elbows, lower slowly, all the way down onto the belly. Keep the hands right alongside the center of the chest, upper arms hugging in alongside the body, cobra pose as you inhale. And slowly lowering on the exhale. Let's enjoy 2 more slow cobra poses. Inhaling to rise, exhaling to lower and return forward towards the earth. 1 more. Once you return forward to the mat, inhale, tuck your toes under, firm the legs, feel the fronts of the knees lifting up away from the mat. And then as you exhale, press the mat away through the hands, up into plank pose. Take an in-breath in plank. And exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. From down dog, raise the right leg up, 3-legged dog. And exhale, right foot steps forward between the hands, and we'll rise up into crescent lunge. Reach the arms up overhead for now. Noticing perhaps that as our energy builds in the practice, our strength and vigor and vitality builds too. So we'll keep the legs just as they are, but now lean the torso forward, reach the arms forward too with you, and see if you can find that diagonal line from your back heel all the way up through the body to your fingertips. Keep leaning forward on this diagonal, but now reach the arms back behind you, interlace the hands, right thumb on top, and reach the knuckles back into space beyond your tail, beyond your back heel almost. 1 more in-breath here. And on the exhale, release the hands, left hand to the mat, simple lunging twist, turn to the right, reach the right arm upward, breathing in, and exhale, right hand down and step back, downward facing dog. Second side, left leg rises into your 3-legged dog, and left foot steps forward between the hands. Reach the arms back up into crescent lunge. Find your balance. Anchor through the legs. And same again, when you're ready, lean forward over the front leg. Fingertips reaching forward. Belly stays lifted away from the front thigh. Front ribs lifting into the body. Back leg strong. So there's effort here, but not over efforting, not forcing, just creating energy, building energy today. Reach the arms back, interlace the fingers, left thumb on top, knuckles reaching back. 1 inhale. And exhale, this time release the hands, right hand to mat, turn to the left and reach the left fingertips upwards. Breathing in and exhale, left hand to mat, step back, down dog. Let's maybe enjoy a few courageous lion's roars here together. So as you inhale through the nose. And on the exhale, open the mouth, stick your tongue out and let the exhalation go out of the mouth. Let's try 1 more, beautiful ones. Inhaling. Exhale, open the mouth, tongue out. Yay. Okay, let's keep flowing. Right leg lifts up behind us, 3-legged dog. Right foot steps forward between the hands. Come back up into your crescent lunge. Arms reaching up overhead. Once again, we'll lean forward over the front thigh, reaching through the arms and the fingertips. Hands reach back behind you, interlace the fingers, right thumb on top of left thumb, knuckles reach back. And this time we take a leap, a courageous leap, shifting the weight into the right foot, step the back foot in a little and raise the back leg up into warrior three with the hands interlaced behind you. Sometimes this is called the brave warrior or the courageous warrior. Know that if you wobble and fall over, you are a human being. And if you join us again back in the balance, then you are brave. And next exhale, bend the right knee, step the left foot back, come back into that lunge, leaning forward over the front thigh, release the hands, turn to the right, left elbow outside right knee, and hands to prayer. So a slightly deeper lunging twist now. One more inhale. And exhale to unwind, hands to mat, step back, downward facing dog. And maybe directing that warmth, that heat, that vitality and vigor that's building in your practice today to your intention, your reason for being here, for practicing. And let's use the momentum, the energy that's building in our body-mind system and keep flowing to the second side. Left leg lifts up into three-legged dog. Left foot steps forward between the hands. Rise up, reach the arms, reaching up through the fingers. Then lean forward over the front thigh. Find that length through the whole body from back foot to fingertips. Arms reach back, hands interlace, left thumb on top. Reaching the interlaced hands back behind you. And when you're ready, shift the weight forward into the front foot. Step the back foot in and lift the back leg up. Back leg doesn't have to be high. Can lift the back leg any amount. Playing at our edges today, meeting the challenge, having the courage to be with the challenge. One more in-breath, and then we exhale. Bend the left knee, woo, step the right foot back. Land in the lunge, release the interlace of the hands, turn to the left. Right elbow outside left knee, hands meet together in Anjali Mudra again. Breathing in the twist. And exhale, hands to mat. Step back, downward dog. And before we flow into our last flow of the practice today, you might choose a moment of stillness and rest in child's pose. You might like to flow a little, take vinyasa, rock forward to plank pose, lower to the mat, choose cobra pose, locust pose, or an upward facing dog. So let yourself tailor the practice and wield or corral your energy wisely, skillfully. And maybe you're even finding that as the energy lifts, it's actually self-sustaining. It's like a little spark, and then the energy builds and grows on its own, which is really fun. It's really fun to play with, actually. So if you're in child's pose, joining us back in downward dog for our last little flow together today. Right leg floats back up again. Three-legged dog, and exhale, right foot steps forward. Back into crescent lunge. Reach the arms overhead. But this time we'll bring the hands down through center into Anjali Mudra, into prayer in front of the heart. And now we'll transition into garuḍāsana, eagle pose. Lean forward over the front leg. Shift the weight into the front foot. Lift the left leg in front of you. Cross the left thigh on top of the right thigh. Left foot might stay outside your right calf, or maybe the foot tucks behind the leg. You might choose to stay hands in prayer, or maybe eagle arms too. Left arm underneath right arm. Lift the fingertips, intertwine the forearms. Stay with me here, another breath. And as you exhale, keep the hands or the arms as they are. Release the left leg from the right thigh. Lean forward and reach your left leg back into warrior three again. This is the last warrior three on this side. Bend the right knee. Let's step all the way back into crescent lunge. And we'll keep eagle arms if you've got them. Lift the elbows, lift the fingertips, lean back a little here. One more inhale. Exhale to unwind. Left hand to the mat slightly in front of your left shoulder. Pivot to the outer edge of the left foot and step your right foot halfway down the mat with your right toes facing away from you. Side plank variation. Left outer hip lifting, right arm reaching up. And if you'd like to enjoy or play with Wild Thing today, step the ball of the right foot behind the left calf, lift the hips, lift the heart, reach the right arm up and over. To come out, bend the left knee, shift the weight back towards the feet so the weight comes off that left shoulder. And then right hand to mat and step back, lift the hips up and back down, dog. Last side, left leg lifts up, three-legged dog. Left foot steps forward between the hands. Reach the arms up overhead. And then hands to heart center. And we practice playing at our edges, challenging our comfort zone. Last time, eagle pose. Shift the weight forward into the left foot. Pick up the right foot. Right thigh on top of left thigh. Maybe right foot behind left calf. Hands might stay in prayer, or right arm underneath left arm for garuḍāsana arms. And the hips are pretty level and the hip points are facing straight forward. Stay another breath here. Maybe you sink just a little deeper into the left leg, the supporting leg. And then we unwind. Unwind the right leg from the left leg. Reach it back into space as you lean the torso forward in eagle arms. One more in breath. Exhale, left knee bends, right foot steps back, and we'll lift the torso up, lean a little bit back into the space behind you before we release. Right hand to the mat, just slightly forward of the shoulder. That's a nicer angle for the shoulder to be in side plank. Outer edge of right foot to the mat, left foot steps halfway down the mat, side plank variation here. Wow, we are strong and powerful, and sometimes if you're choosing to take rest, that is the courageous, strong thing to do too. If you're playing with Wild Thing, let's pick up the left foot. Step the ball of the left foot behind the right calf, lift the hips, lift the chest, reach the left arm up and over beyond the top of your head. And when you're ready to come out, bend the right knee, shift the weight back into the legs. So that's a nice safe transition back to downward facing dog. Hooray. Inhale. Plank pose. Exhale. Lower slowly to the mat. You might choose locust pose with me here today for 3 breaths with the hands interlaced or the arms reaching alongside the body. Maybe it's 3 rolling cobra poses, or if you prefer bow pose, dhanurasana, pick up the feet, hold the fronts of the ankles or the tops of the feet for bow pose. So your choice, beautiful ones. So you're corralling and directing your energy really skillfully, wisely. Building energy with your choice, vigor, vitality, co-creating this together. One more in-breath. And wherever you are, exhale to release. Let's bring the hands in front, elbows wide, and rest the forehead on the backs of the hands. 2 easy breaths here. We'll bring the hands right alongside the chest. Tuck the toes. Strong, firm legs, knees lifting away from the mat. Take an inhale. And last time today, exhale, press to plank pose. Breathe in plank. And downward dog as you breathe out. One more lion's roar if you like, inhaling through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale, tongue out. We'll lower the knees to the mat. Slip the feet to one side, sit back. Let's come and lay down on our backs. Knees bent, soles of feet to the mat. Pick up your right foot across the right thigh over the left thigh, just like you did in your eagle pose standing balance. But now we're going to release some of the muscles that were working hard to stabilize you in those balances today. So we'll pick up our left foot and draw the legs in towards the chest. Hands can come to the fronts of the shins, the fronts of the ankles, or cup the heels. And as you draw the legs into the body with the hands, you can play with the position of the feet. The feet can be a little more lifted and pulling away from one another, or they might be a little closer towards the pelvis, the back of the hips. Just finding that sweet spot of release for the outside of your right thigh and hip. Take one more inhale. And we'll exhale and unwind the legs. Hug the right knee into the chest. Let the left leg be long. Sole of left foot to top of right thigh, and we'll guide the right knee across the body to the left with the right arm opening out to the side. Returning to those generous, full inhalations, fresh air pouring into the body on the inhale, enlivening, invigorating, awakening with the breath. Return to center, hug the right knee into the chest one more time. Then we'll draw the left knee in and second side, left thigh on top of right thigh. Pick up the feet, draw the legs in towards you with the legs crossed like this. Hands to shins, ankles, or heels. exhale and let that go. Left knee draws in and right leg reaches along the mat. And let's journey into this lovely twist on the second side. Left foot to top of right thigh. Knee crosses the body. And left arm opens to the left. If this practice felt delicious for you, then please feel free to subscribe. That keeps me inspired to keep offering practices for you. And if you'd like to enjoy longer practices, 50-minute, hour-long practices, then those are available on my Patreon, and the link is in the description below. So let's return to center, hug the left knee to the chest, and then draw the right knee in again, once again. Upanasana, a little rock side to side. And let's release feet to mat, soles of feet together, and knees just gently separating out towards the sides of the mat. Hands might rest on the body. And just noticing what's present for you after having cultivated energy, vigor, strength, heat, vitality in the practice. And there's no right or wrong way to experience this. We are all so beautifully unique. And you might stay here in Supta Baddha Konasana or stretch the legs out long one at a time into Shavasana, letting go of any efforting and settling into a space of non-doing. They say that sometimes the most courageous thing to do is to let go. Or if you prefer the words surrender, release, relinquish, allowing space for tranquility and peace to arrive. Thank you for sharing your practice, beautiful one. Peace, peace, peace.